Hey, joining you from my kitchen today, where I just made some homemade arrabbiata sauce that I learned from a video I watched from Ina Garden. And you're probably wondering, like, why am I sharing that with you? But please excuse the dirty dishes back here because, as I said, I just got finished making them. But oh my gosh, this is so good. So here's the thing. While I was watching Ina make this recipe, I thought, oh gosh, that sounds really, really good. I really want to try that. And I am today years old, before I saw this video from her, where I have always been peeling garlic the same way my grandmother taught me to do it, right? You take the the bulb of garlic, you cut it up, you pull out the cloves, and then you peel them all, and they're sticky. And it's probably why a lot of people just want to buy it already made, but there's nothing like fresh garlic. And she said, I blanch the garlic for 15 seconds and it peels so easily. And I thought, whoa, I'm gonna try that. So I tried the recipe. I did the garlic the way she said. Everything turned out fabulous. And by the way, this takes the whole bulb of garlic. All of it is in here. I really think this should be called Eat This When You're Alone sauce because, there is a lot of garlic in here. Or eat this with someone else who will eat it with you so that you both have all of this garlic. But why am I sharing this with you? Because we all learn from each other, right? Right, we do. But we can't learn from each other if we're not open to being vulnerable, saying, I don't know, not thinking that we know so much that we can't learn anything. And like I said, I am today's years old before I learned this little secret trick. And, it made me think about how I learned from my fellow students and my senseis in the karate dojo. For me, the dojo is such just like a peaceful place, a sacred place, a place where I would go to spend time with my fellow students, to learn from my senseis, to teach classes. So there were times when I could teach and then times when I could step back and be taught. And this is what I'm all about because I don't know everything, obviously, hello, but I do know a lot. And I love sharing what I know. Because if there's something that I've learned, something I've gone through, something that will support someone who would rather take a little shortcut, not have to go through everything that I went through, then I'm happy to share it. And when we're open to saying to someone, you do that differently than me, I'm wondering, if you could teach me how you're doing that. Because that's what we did in the dojo. We would be taught how to do specific techniques, but that doesn't mean that every one of us did it exactly the same way, because you have to be able to make it work for your body type, for how your mind thinks. And so there's really no cookie cutter, one size fits all way to teach anyone. However, we have been taught over the last several years, maybe generations, that, personal development, inside work, learning to release whatever is holding you back, your limiting beliefs. We've been taught that you have to do it this way or you have to do it that way, but you don't. And that's what I love sharing. It's like my way doesn't have to be your way. But if something about my way will support you on your journey, on the way to whatever it is that you want, I'm happy to share it with you. I'd also love for you to leave some comments. Let me know what you think about this, because not only was someone attracted to this video, maybe you're like, why is that woman holding some spaghetti? But whatever reason you were attracted to this video, you were attracted to it for a reason. There are questions that you're asking the universe, something you want to know. and something popped out at you and you said, oh, I'm going to watch this video. There are no accidents. There are no synchronicities. We call them that. We call them, oh, chance. Just by chance, I saw this. But really, we attract everything that we ask for. And when we have the opportunity to learn from someone and say, oh, wow, I like the way that you do that. Or could I step back and see how I might expand in something I already know? Or be vulnerable and say, you know what, I don't know. And I have learned from a very early age to always be the one to say, I don't know. You know, like you're in a class and someone will say, the teacher will say, I'll ask a question, and I'll be like, I would be the first one to raise my hand and go, I don't know. I don't understand this. I don't know. Because I can guarantee you, and it has been my experience, that there were many other people in the audience, in the classroom, in the seminar, whatever it is, that also did not know, but they didn't have that vulnerability or that confidence to raise their hand and say, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't understand this. This doesn't make sense to me. Could you explain it in a different way? And you know, if the teacher or professor or seminar leader or whoever's in the front teaching this gets upset or frustrated, that's on them. And that's just like parenting, right? You know, kids are always asking, why, how come, why do I have to do this? And then when the parents get to a point where they're like, because I said, just be quiet. Well, it's because the kids have pushed the parent to a point where like, I don't know, I just don't know. And really, when you think about it, we create these habits of being in charge, being in control. Like, well, I'm the parent. I must know this, right? I can't let my child know that I don't know this. And then it just keeps going. So be the one to raise your hand and say, I don't know. Or, hey, that's a great idea. Or, wow, I don't have to do it the way that I've always done it. And join me in just asking questions. Join me. Subscribe to this channel. Make sure that you're being in the loop, that you stay in the loop. Because this year, 2025, this is the time. There has never been a better time for us to say, whoa, I am so powerful. I can feel it. But if we're afraid to let go of the way we were taught, you know, the way the expert said, this is the way you have to do it. If you don't do it this way, something's going to be wrong. You're not going to find the client. You're not going to make the money. You're not going to, whatever it is they said that we would do. When you step into who you are, when you really embrace your personal power, everything you want comes to you. It just does. Because the universe says, whoa, that's a woman who knows what she wants. Let's give her more. I hope that this message has encouraged you to ask questions, to be vulnerable, and then maybe even redefine what vulnerable means to you. Make mistakes. I like to share with my clients the word mistake. I spell it MIS apostrophe or hyphen take, like in the movies. Take one, take two. So you get to do it over and over and over again. And when the word mistake, when you define it like, oh, I made a mistake. Yay, I get to do it over. I get to do this over and over until I get it exactly the way I want. And you can do that. You can make mistakes in your relationships. You can make mistakes in your business. You can make mistakes with your health. You can make mistakes all up and down every single day. And every mistake is a learning opportunity. So allow yourself. Give yourself permission to be open, ask questions, and even though you think you already know how to do stuff, you're still going to learn some other ways to do things. I'm just telling you, like, oh my gosh, this is so good. Thank you, Ina. I appreciate what you taught me. For all of you, I hope you're having a fabulous day. You're ready to party like purple. In the meantime, this is Nancy Muller, the one and only Life Sensei, saying ciao for now.